Hey, everybody. Michelle is here. I wanted to get back to you and say something as well that, to consider and keep in mind. Okay. Um, as with all throughout the history of this planet, there has always been those particular type of individuals, and probably possibly all throughout the universe. As a matter of fact, I think this is more prevalent all throughout the universe. That's the reason why we ended up here. The carriers ended up here because of the turbulence, okay, of the universe, which happens every so often. I told you about the nublia, the eye of God, and that was created by a insane spiritual leader type with a high consciousness level. I told you about other things that I won't touch on because people get a little uh, hot under the collar when I bring up a certain terms, and that's not what I'm about here. I'm not about here to be arguing, and I'm not here to be um, attempting anything but to just remind you that everything's free will. Everything is free will. Okay. um, Truth doesn't cost a thing. Listen to me very carefully. Truth does not cost a thing. All right. Now, so you're going to get over the course of time, and like I said, it's all over the universe where you get these high, and they usually are higher consciousness level human beings. And because, like I said, you have to have a balance of that on the planet. You can't just have all high consciousness people, otherwise, that would destroy the planet any more than lower. Did you understand me just now? Lower higher causes just as much damage or could as lower if it's not equalized, neutralized. So, in other words, you can get these higher advanced people, you know, and usually those are the ones that have a lot of influence. They have a lot of followers. Did you just hear me? They have a high level of influence, and they have usually a high number of followers. Okay, who are telling them that they're gods, all because of how they entertain them. Listen to me carefully. These followers think these entertainers are their gods. Okay, keep that in mind for a moment. So, higher level consciousness people can cause just as much damage and destruction as the lower if they have not neutralized themselves properly in a logical, rational, and reasonable manner. Okay, and everything starts with the thoughts. All right, so you're gonna get these influential people that come along. They're gonna disguise themselves as entertainers, leaders. You get me? Celebrities. All right, and they are going to have a certain level of charisma, more so beauty usually, strength, power, and they're going to always uh, uh, they are delusional. Higher level consciousness people can be delusional, grander. They have this because you're telling them they're your gods. We love you. We love you. We love you. You understand that obsessive love for celebrities that we usually have? I mean, we love them. We worship them. And if they're not properly structured, and properly built and properly, they have a higher consciousness level, but that also has to continually um, be educated and always being brought into a neutralized. You have to be neutralized. In other words, if you are a celebrity and people are calling you gods and saying they love you, you have a responsibility to counter that and say, and take that off of you. If you don't, you're going to be lost in a vortex of ego. Your ego is going to be running it, and it's not you. Some of these higher level people who are disguised as entertainers, if you were to sit them down and have a conversation with them, you would be unable to follow their conversation. If you're thinking rational, logical, and reasonable, they can barely have a genuine, flowing conversation where it makes sense, actually. So those are called those influential type of personalities and type of human beings that they can draw a crowd now. They can draw a crowd. They can have millions and billions and trillions of people following them easily because they know how to do that. They've been doing it for millions of years, as a matter of fact. Always bringing people to them. I'm that bitch, is what they'll say. Or I'm that nigga that you need to listen to. You know what I mean? They'll give you that, and if you're not thinking for yourself and you're just so mesmerized by their beauty and how they're entertaining you and making you feel good, that's your God right there. And that's what you see them as. Okay, so whoever worship these celebrities, you're mesmerized, you're brainwashed, and you are also being used. You're being used as well. Okay, you're being used. Because all this entertainer has to do is throw something in your face, and what do? You'll purchase it, won't you? All they have to do is announce that they got a concert. What do? You show up, don't you? You pay for it. You pay by the merchandise. And it's a handful of people doing this. That's what I'm saying. Not everybody's doing it. The genuine artist is unknown, ignored. But I told you, a genuine artist would do everything without being paid to do it. And they don't have an issue at it. They have no qualms about that at all. They don't charge a thing. They'll feed you free. They give you stuff free. There's no charge for none of it. Okay, because actually you're not supposed to be paying someone. You're not supposed to be paid for spreading the truth. You're not supposed to be paid for spreading the truth. Now, if you've created your own products, sure, you can sell your products along with and have the teaching there as well, to be purchased. I mean, because look, we know that certain things have to be processed, like books. Okay, and that involves what? When you have to have a book printed, what do you need? You need distributors. Right? So that involves labor there. And it's because we're so overly populated, that's the only way. That is the only way we can get things through. So yeah, we can sell the material with the permission of whoever is giving us the truth, like our teacher. So you have to. It is a thinking situation, and this need to always want to be a part of something. And see, in these influential people, celebrities usually are fantastic at drawing in all of that. All you gotta say is so and so is blah 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 blah, and everybody, what does everybody do? Before you know it, they done put $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in these people's accounts, just like that. So what you're going to have to consider, and this is going to take lifetimes for people to understand what I'm saying right now. Okay, the 144-210. Hopefully you guys are clear about what I'm saying. I'm speaking more so to you, and I'm speaking more so to the future. Okay, there are going to be people coming along as it is with every generation. I'm sorry. with every generation that claim to know the truth, and they know how to manipulate, and they usually use their beauty to do so, their outside appearances, their eyes, usually, and how they perform and entertain, and how they get the attention from so many people. The odontists, they do the same thing. Odontists, they can manipulate you as well. Even though people consider them gods, and they love that, actually, because if they knew better, they would dispel that immediately, because they know God is energy, which means what? I've said it. And when I say we're part of that energy, why do we need this? Why do we need anybody else? Why do we need to worship anybody else? Okay? So, there will always be sheep's and wolves' clothing for the remainder of our existence. Okay, and it's our responsibility to understand that and be prepared for it. And know that, it's not about who's following you, it's why they're following you. Okay, and usually it's to get information. Sometimes it's genuine, sometimes it's nefarious as well. And that's the risk that you have to take when you put stuff out. But the truth is free. It has always been. Okay? And then when these nefarious people find out about it, what are they going to do to that truth, the person spreading the truth? They're going to manipulate them. They're going to tie them. They're going to maintain control of them. Know this person's every move, every breath, every word out of their mouths. And they're going to keep watching that person and watching them and drain all the information out of them that they know that can be used to manipulate others. Okay, these influencers, these entertainers are narcissistic too. And probably even more so. Because again, they have their followers do their dirty deeds while they remain beautiful, perfect gods in their minds, at least. All right, I hope you enjoyed that little story there. That's something to think about, contemplate, meditate on as well. And ask yourself, where am I in this little story here? Where am I? Am I that individual that will walk a different path away from what everybody else is doing? What everybody finds trending, what everybody finds is beautiful. I love beauty, and that won't ever stop. I love beauty, beautiful women, beautiful people. I love beauty, beautiful, trees, flowers, and plants. So something to consider. So I hope you enjoyed it. See what you can make of it. See what you can receive from it. Because you know what? I ain't going nowhere. And I'll be back. Peace and love.